Gentlemen, it is Pack here. In today's video, if you recall, I make a roster update every 2 weeks of NBA 2K23 and I look at their rating changes of upgrades and downgrades and I talk about it. Usually you guys comment on my videos, your opinions, and I wanted to start reading them in these videos and debate with you guys. So this is the third roster update and the third debate in this video. If you like that kind of content when it comes to NBA 2K23 ratings, news, updates, changes, and all that kind of stuff, I talk about it every single day. So please join the pack and subscribe, and let's get it, man. So, the third roster update video right here. Let's look at what the most popular comment was. The one with the most likes is, how is Russ still a 79 overall? So, Russell Westbrook did get a +1 from a 78 to a 79. And the problem is that I think all of us can agree that Russell Westbrook is the third best player on the Lakers. Even though he's the sixth man on the team, I mean, Manu was the sixth man on the Spurs, and it was universally agreed he was the third best player on that team almost every single year. Now, I understand why Russell Westbrook was being downgraded, but I didn't think he should have been below an 80 overall. Everyone in the replies are saying, right, 2K, casual apparently. Some people think he should be minimum 85 to an 82 overall. Now, when I look at his stats, I'm going to tell you what exactly I think his rating should be. Russell Westbrook has been averaging 14 points on just 27 minutes per game with a poor field goal percentage of 38 from the field, 30% from 3, but he's averaging 8 assists on 3 turnovers. So, here's the thing. The reality of Russell Westbrook is that his role has changed. He is not this player that is expected to average 20, 10, and 10. That's not what the Lakers want from him anymore. So when it comes to rebounds, you shouldn't even have to think about rebounds anymore, just at all. Points-wise, you have Anthony Davis dropping 40 a night apparently, and LeBron James averages 25, and then Lonnie Walker also gets like 15 a game. They don't need him to drop 20 a game anymore. So that's why his numbers have decreased to around 14 to 15 a game. So scoring-wise, it's around where he's supposed to be. Playmaking-wise, it's amazing. If anything, they want him to lead the second unit and be an amazing playmaker to the second unit, and he's done an amazing job at that. He's been an amazing playmaker. So, this is what I believe. The efficiency is a big reason why he's not going to be a 87 overall, right? Which he theoretically could be. But to say he's not in the 80 overall club, but he's playing 27 minutes and getting 14 points and 9 assists, I don't know how you can expect him to get anything better than that in a diminished role with less minutes. I don't know how you can expect more. To me, he's a clear 80 overall club member. Whether it's an 84, whether it's an 82, I think it's kind of irrelevant because that's going to fluctuate every day. But he needs to be in the 80 overall club. To say he's a role-playing 79 overall feels like lies. And especially now that the Lakers are winning again, it really needs to bump up. I know the efficiency is not there, but you can't lie to me and tell me that Russell Westbrook hasn't been playing better. Again, just looking at the roster itself, if I look at the Lakers like this is what I'm going to tell you right now. I think that Anthony Davis needs to be titled LeBron as the best player on the team as of today. So he was going to be a 96 overall. Russell Westbrook, I would put him at an 81. Just to see where he goes from here. Now that everyone's healthy and they're playing together and they're trying to get used to each other, I think an 81 overall is fine. And then Lonnie Walker could probably stay to a 77 to a 78 overall. And even Clamps also suggests that, dude, it's wild that Russ gets no upgrade. I agree with everyone here. It's pretty insane. The next most liked comment was by Shaniqua. Jeremy Grant needs to be an 85 at least. Dude has been on another level this season. This trade is paying off huge for the Blazers. This is massive for the Blazers. As they can stay healthy with Dame, Jeremy Grant, and Anthony Simons, they should be good because Jeremy Grant and Anthony Simons are still relatively young. You have a couple of years left with Dame. This is a good sign. See, 2K did something dirty to us in this roster update. They tricked us because they upgraded Anthony Simons to an 84 overall, which we had begged for a year now, right? They tricked us because yes, they upgraded Anthony Simons. That's awesome, but they didn't upgrade Jeremy Grant. Let me tell you his stats. In the last 5 games, Jeremy Grant has been the leading scorer on the Trailblazers. He's averaging 49% from the field on 45% from 3 and not turning the ball over. What could you ask more of this man, who averages 33 a game efficiently and is not like an 88? Like, what? And it's not like it's only been for the last 5 games, for the entire season. He's averaging 23 points per game, being the second leading scorer on the team. I know that this Blazers team isn't necessarily winning a lot. That's also because Dame has been hurt. Wait till he comes back and actually plays with the team together, and Jeremy Grant, his rating has to go up. In fact, I'd argue that Anthony Simons and Jeremy Grant both need to go up a lot to around an 86 overall, maybe even an 87. That's how good they've been playing throughout the year so far. Abs says, for real though, Jeremy Grant has always been good, even since his days with the Thunder. He has always been solid. And the thing was funny, when he was on the Pistons, I was like, I mean, everyone knew this. We thought, oh, it's just Jeremy Grant, you know, garbage time minutes, putting up dummy numbers. Like, who cares? It's on a bad team. It's not real serious points. I thought that for sure. I'm sure a lot of people thought that. I remember when he said before he went to the Pistons, when he was on the Nuggets, he was like, listen, like, I'm a better player than what the role that they've been giving to me. I deserve to have a bigger role. And I was like, yeah, dude, whatever. He goes to the Pistons. I'm like, you go ahead and play on a bad team and get your bad points. No one cares. But then he goes to the Blazers. And this is the most underrated pickup the Blazers have done this offseason, because he's doing that role with the Blazers and even better. It's really impressive. You got to give it up for Jeremy Grant. You got to give it up for the Blazers. This is a very good look, and his rating needs to bump up extremely because the Blazers are legit right now. Now, y'all called me out with the Tyrese Haliburton take I had. Let me show you guys real quick. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all have made me kind of change my mind and see the light. So I was arguing that Tyrese Haliburton, 88 overall, that's a little too high. I know he's averaging around 20 points on 12 assists per game on only 2 turnovers, which is very good. But there was 2 things I thought. First, it's a bad team, like, you know, not stat padding, that's not the right word. Inflated numbers, that's what I thought first. But second, it's early and we need to calm down with ratings like this. I mean, 88 overall is super, super high. But y'all corrected me. And I think User gives this great example. He says, if Chris Paul was playing like Tyrese Haliburton, he'd be a 92 overall plus. I'm just saying. Even Aramis Jones says, exactly. And if people have seen Suns games when he's played this season, they'll know that Chris Paul's not an 89 overall. Yeah, but CP3 gets the Hall of Fame reputation along with it, which is all 100% true. So I'll start with the main thing. If Chris Paul is playing like Tyrese Haliburton, he'd be a 92 overall. That's not even a lie. If he was averaging 12 assists on 2 turnovers and 22 points per game, he'd be more than a 92. We had him at like a 94 with the Clippers back then. So, okay, I apologize. You're absolutely right. The thing is, Chris Paul's teams always win while he puts up these numbers, though. That's the only thing I'm trying to reason. But I hear what you're saying. Statistically, it's not his fault the team isn't good enough. Statistically, yes. And even then, the Pacers aren't even doing bad. Like, they're really not doing that bad for the roster that they have. So you know what? I will say, y'all aren't wrong. I'm going to admit it when I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong here. Tyrese Haliburton, with these stats alone, I'd put him at an 89, the same with Chris Paul. And yes, even though he's supposed to be a lot higher, I do think that the only time you get ratings like that is if your team is one of the better teams in the NBA. I feel that way. So we'll wait and see. But you gotta admit, man, the Kings not having Tyrese anymore is kind of crazy. Like, the Kings are good and they're doing good right now, but it is crazy that they don't have him anymore. Like, it's kind of nuts. Who's your daddy? I'm never calling you that ever again. Says, watch the Pacers. The Kings game was emotional for a lot of players on both sides, and I think the Kings being home made it harder for Haliburton. But I'm telling you, watch a full game. You will think that Haliburton is underrated. He's truly amazing. Great player, great teammate, great human, one of the best point guards in the game already. He deserves a 90 overall, and he's going to average 12 assists a game this year when it's over. I've seen Tyrese play, and I like his game. The reason, again, it's eye test and rating are 2 different things. You can look as good as you want to look, but if your numbers say you're not playing well enough, then like I base it off that. A great example is Russell Westbrook. People think that Russell Westbrook's eye test is enough to put him below an 80 overall, but the stats are saying that he's not doing that bad. I hear what you're saying. I know that Tyrese Haliburton is better than I was giving him credit for, and I think throughout the year, I also agree that he's probably going to average 12 assists a game on like 2 turnovers. That's really impressive numbers. Very few players have ever done anything like that. So I agree. I am wrong. Now, y'all, a lot of people are saying that Killian Hayes needs to get an upgrade. He's been looking a lot better in the last 2 weeks. It's okay, Pistons fans. Now I'm not going to lie to you. I have not seen a Pistons game in the last month. I have not. So just look at the numbers and we'll go from there. Killian Hayes in 29 minutes is averaging 14 points per game on 50% from the field, 35% from 3, and 7 assists a game on only 2 turnovers. These are pretty solid numbers. I mean, these aren't Tyrese Haliburton numbers, right? But good playmaking, efficient, and doing well with the minutes he's been given. Now, these numbers alone, my head screams 78 overall. And Killian Hayes is only a 70 overall as of today, which is poo-poo. 78 overall. I know a +8 would be an extreme upgrade for a player on one roster update, so I would assume 75 to 76. But Killian Hayes, hey, let's go Killian Hayes. The cool thing about the Pistons is that they're giving players opportunity. The same thing I feel about the Magic is that because they're so bad and they have so much young talent, they're letting the young guys play and see who's good. And Killian Hayes is kind of proving that, hey, if you give me some time, if you give me some chances, if you set some plays up for me, I can succeed. And we're seeing that. That's good. The Pistons and the Magic, so the way I feel about Bol is that it's important that they figure out who's who right now. If one of these teams get Wemby or Scoot, like who knows what's going to happen. So very cool of Killian Hayes. I see him as like a 75, 76 in this next roster update coming. A W for him. But okay, guys, a couple changes here and there. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like this channel, please give it a sub. I'll see you guys next time.